Hey, it's Matt, and I wanted to share a bit of the story about the new e-bike that I got. This is the Rad Rover 5, this big old 4-inch wide tire beast that is nothing close to light, but is a whole lot of fun. And I just purchased that, just got it this week. I've already been stopped all kinds of places, everywhere I go, to talk about this thing. So it kind of got me going on a content marketing and a technical communication story. And so I wanted to share that with you. So grab a piece of paper and a pencil in case you are at all interested in content marketing, in affiliate marketing, and or you just want to hear about the really cool toy that I just bought. So this bike right here is a whole lot of fun, and it took me, I think I ordered it on April 9th, and I got it yesterday, which would be maybe Tuesday on May 19th. So it was incredibly back ordered. They're very popular, and they are nowhere close to cheap. This one, I think the list on this is about $1,500. You'll figure out all that stuff by the end of this video. So along with that, I did also get these racks. So I got a front rack and a back rack. Those are, again, not terribly cheap, but they are pretty cool, bright orange, and they definitely stand out. I'm still waiting on those to be delivered by the mail. Now, when you purchase a bike like this, they start sending you stuff saying, hey, we think you should help us sell bikes. So they have a deal where if I promote my bike or someone who I tell about Rad Rover bikes or Rad Power Bikes, if they go out and purchase the bike, then they get $50. So indirectly, that's what I'm telling you. If you're interested in getting one of these bikes, you can use my link. You can get $50 off your bike. I'll get $50 cards sent to me. Everybody's happy. Now, the way that they do this is they give you this link right in here. And of course, that is nowhere close to memorable or easy. So what I did is I took this affiliate link, which is not terribly useful. And what I did was I ran it through the Rebrandly system. Now, this is the same as Bitly, or there's a bunch of them. I think Owly for Hootsuite. Google used to have a service that I think they shut down. But there are a ton of ways that you can get a URL shortener. This is just the one that I use. I happen to do a little bit of work with Rebrandly. I'm one of their VIPs or whatever they want to call them. Now what I did is I took that ugly URL right there and I saved it and I shortened it into techcom.tools/rad. So this is already easier if I'm going to tell somebody where to go in order to get information on the bike and get a hold of this deal. So that's great, and I can email this, I can put this, and you're going to see it's in the newsletter for this week, and that's not too bad, but even easier than that, and something that is a little bit more direct, it's a little bit more actionable, is since when I'm on my bike, I'm going to be running into people that have their phones, if not in their hand, it's going to be close by. So I went in, and initially I went to my go-to QR generator, and I've used these guys at qrstuff.com. They're 100% free. They've always been fantastic. I have always done my QR codes this way because it's very, very easy. It's even easier than some of the ways that I can do it through the Adobe Systems products. So some of those have built-in QR generators as well, but this was just so easy all the time. The problem with this, with QR Stuff, is if I want to come up with something that is, and I think I've still got my stuff in the clipboard here. Yeah, so if I want to have this as a QR, there is my QR code that fast, and that is something that I can scan with my phone and jump right to the destination, this techcom.tools/rad, that then pivots and goes over to the site for Rad Power Bikes. That's all great, but this QR code, if I use the qrstuff.com method and a free account, really all I can do is set to like a 400 pixels wide image, which is okay because it's a black and white. There's not a lot of slip there when you're printing that. But it's not ideal because if you want to go up to something larger, and the larger the QR code, the easier it is for a phone or any camera to recognize. I want to have something that is way larger than that. So let's say I go to, I think I went to 1200, which is a better size for me. I was going to go to 300, but then unfortunately when I choose to download the QR code, it tells me that I have to be basically a paying subscriber. And I like them, but I don't do QR codes enough to subscribe to a service. So what I did is just go to Google and figure out where there are some QR code generators. Now, I did find a very, very cool generator, and this one is a Chrome extension, Google extension, however you want to say it. And this QR code generator, this is the first time I used it today, but I checked it out. So I've got the terms of service here, and so I'll give you a chance to read this in case you want to see like who these people are, basically, or go to that address right there. So they seem to be above board. It's free. They're not going to turn off the QR code link. They're not going to try and disable that or charge me later on. So it seems pretty above board. They're just doing some advertising. And I went in and again put in my address and generated with their system the exact same QR code. I haven't checked it, pixel for pixel, but it is at least an equivalent code, even if it might not be exact. I think it's going to be exact. So I did that download. That's how they're making their money right there. When they're, if you think you're getting to your QR code here, you're not. So you don't want to do that. But once you get that dialed in, this is the coolest part of the whole QR part of the story is when you go through and download this thing. Let's hit save here. Not only can I get a ping or a bitmap graphic, SVG would be great for web. And since what I want to do is to go into Illustrator and create a quick QR code with my both my QR code and my text. I could do that literally in any program, including Word if that's what I wanted to do. But Illustrator is a very comfortable thing for me. So I chose to make it an EPS, give it a file name, and hit save. So that's all looking pretty good. Now what I can do is go over and look at Illustrator, and this is what I think, from a tech point of view, from a full-blown geek point of view, is a lot cooler. Is I was able to put in my my text. I omitted the HTTPS:// and instead just went with the text here so I could make it larger on the width. But this is the great part. When I look at these things, these are all vectors. And so when I zoom up, because these things are vectors, they are made up of shapes rather than dots, and they will print at optimal resolution for my printing or my output device, no matter what printer I go to. So I create a PDF of this or print from Illustrator, whatever I'm going to do. And then I've got something that I can just pop out and not worry about whether it's going to get fuzzy, regardless, at a, let's say, a larger size or scale. So I've got that. You can see from let's go in. You can see from the layout, basically I'm just trying to get a label printed, and then I'm going to slap that on my helmet. I'll slap it somewhere on the bike, and then I'll also keep this as something on my phone so that as people stop me, literally I was stopped on the road trying to come back from an errand that I did yesterday, and a guy said, "Hey, what is that thing and where did you get it?" So I can grab my phone, I can show it to him. As I grab my phone and I'm telling him all about it, I can just pull up the thing right there, show him the picture, which I don't yet have on the phone, obviously, and I can show it to him. He can shoot it with his phone, and then he can go and like I said, get that discount if that's something that he really wants to buy. So it at least makes for a more compelling story when I'm talking to somebody about that. It gives them some motivation to go through and at least find out what the bike's all about. And I really don't think I'm going to be becoming independently wealthy, but it is kind of a cool way, or at least an excuse to justify spending some time with the people that have interest in something that you're going to be checking out. So really hope that you got a kick out of this story, and let me know what you think, how you might be doing interesting things in content marketing, and different ways that you've found that or maybe that you've got something that you're able to promote, or something that offers you an affiliate. One other thing that you can do is anything that you're going to go to on Amazon. In fact, if I go back to Chrome, if I go through to Amazon, One other thing that you can set up, speaking of affiliate marketing, is you can become an Amazon associate, and then you can create your own links. And these don't pay much. They're like 1 or 2%. But if you are promoting something that is constantly being purchased by your friends, your family, your colleagues, then when you give them a link, and you can do the same sorts of things that I showed you with the QR code or with the short link, those things that you promote and you advertise, market, just because you're trying to be a good guy or a good person, those can pay you 1 or 2% for anybody who goes through and purchases those. So I can't say I make a lot of those sorts of royalties from Amazon every year, but it's still kind of fun. You know, if somebody asks me where I got something on Amazon, I come in here and then choose to get text link and say these crates that I bought for my bike today. I come in here and choose to get a text link. That's as fast as it is to get my short link that I can now then promote to somebody else. And then in turn, they're going to recognize that I sent them that sale. All right. I did tell you it was going to be a long one coming in. So thanks for sticking with me. Hope you're having a great time with this sorts of information. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. Thanks.